Bridgette, on the floor of the 2009 Women in Aviation Conference, we're speaking to a number of people from all walks of life, obviously of the female persuasion, because I'm just sitting here playing token male for the week. But we're looking for why people are here and why now.
Okay, for me, I'm here as part of the Ask the Masters program, where the flight instructors, 15 of the masters, sit down, bring a bunch of folks in, and do our best to answer their questions. It's pretty much a good game of Stump the CFI. We have folks that answer questions on maintenance, air traffic control. I've got a problem in flight training. How do I get over it? I want to come back from flight training. I got physiological concerns. I'm not a 5'9", 170-pound male, 18 to 20 years of age, so maybe the cockpit's not designed for me. So can I use cushions, pedal extensions, or so on? Or interested in aviation maintenance or air traffic control, and we answer their questions as much as we can.
Outstanding. There's obviously a sense of empowerment here. There's just a tremendous feeling of very positive vibes here for everybody who's here to network, to find out what's going on, and frankly, maybe even to brag a little bit that everybody's doing well in an industry that in the past hasn't been so kind to women. Do you find at this point that, is there a glass ceiling? Have things equaled out?
They are much better than they have been. I've been in this industry for about 15 years now. And it was very difficult. I've been the token female many, many, many times and worked with a regional airline for a little while. I was very happy to find that there were a lot of females, and the males basically accepted us as normal.
Where do you find the value of women in aviation, the organization? Are they needed now? Are they more powerful and more needed than ever?
I think they're more needed than ever. The guys are starting to figure this out, but this is one of the best job fairs that there is. For, I know, several years we had ribbons that said, "Got job," for folks that had recently been laid off. And I know there's hiring going on here. I know that there are folks who maybe they're not ready for a position now, but they're finishing up college or finishing up high school and wondering, what direction should I take? Well, here you've got folks wanting to hire the best and the brightest, and maybe it helps expand their EEOC. Yes, I've interviewed so many females, but they're also finding I don't have to hire them because of their diversity requirements. I can hire them because they're a qualified engineer.
Cirrus Design's Vision SJ50 single-engine personal jet offers exceptional fuel efficiency, flexible seating for up to 7, advanced avionics, and all the Cirrus safety features you expect, including the Cirrus airframe parachute system. With its detailed design, the Cirrus Vision is technologically advanced, yet engineered to be simple to fly, to allow owner pilots more lifestyle pursuits than any other personal aircraft. Learn more about the Vision SJ50 at cirrusdesign.com.
What's your background like? Where do you come from before you came into aviation?
I started out as a computer support technician. I knew from a very early age that I wanted to design and build airplanes. Okay. And then I hit calculus, and 3 tries later I finally made it through calculus. But by that time I'd flown my first airplane. An engineer very early on, who was a chemistry teacher, told me, if you want to build airplanes, you have to know how to fly them. Oh, okay. Learn to fly airplanes. After get the homework done for that night and go to Tahiti on my to-do list. I flew an airplane. This was kind of nice. Did a computer technician, computer support technician, all the while working on my ratings, and finally decided I'm tired of being a computer support tech. It's the same stuff every day. These guys are really enjoying themselves at this runway that's 2,500 feet away, and I'm not flying. Walked out of that job, became a flight instructor, only looked back to laugh.
The Master Instructor program has had such a great aura around it, both from a professional standpoint, something to achieve, something to shoot for. Will the Master Instructors program survive the transition from NAFI to SAFE?
I'm not certain what it will be called with the new organization. I do know that of the Master Flight Instructor Corps, most of us, just on our own, are Master Instructors. Ask our clients and ask our students, ask the FAA. It has helped raise the awareness that there is a great resource of instructors out there. So whether it's called Master CFI or some new program, we'll let the lawyers deal with that part. I think there will be a very thriving Master Instructor organization with the SAFE organization.
Do you see yourself staying as a career instructor?
I will always be an instructor. It does not matter if I'm sitting first officer in a 50-seat regional jet, 737, my spaceship, or the air coupe that I happen to know and love.
There you go.
I'll always be an instructor or have that instructor mentality. because I love it.
You've also got an entrepreneurial streak going. You're working with the QRef folks who we just had a chance to try both their GNS 430 checklist as well as the Integra checklist for our new Cirrus G3 Turbo, and nicely done.
Thank you. We have some on display here. Garmin has been very nice to allow us to show off our products. And we're now working, in addition to every single GPS that we can get our hands on, a series of aircraft checklists and also flight instructor lesson plans. Doing our best to try to raise up the level of safety everywhere.
From the mountains to the prairies, to the landings that we love. Garmin SVT, synthetic vision technology.
What's the modus operandi behind these? I mean, everybody's had a checklist. Why the need for QRef?
The need for QRef, first off, is we're taking advantage of the last 20 years of checklist research and design, and we're bringing that to the cockpit. But with the avionics checklist, there is no other one. I wrote the first set. We're now with QRef, writing those sets too. We're not there to replace, we're there to supplement. When you're 30 seconds from the final approach fix, you've got 2 miles before you cross that final, and your GPS is not going into approach mode. It needs to go into approach mode. It's not. You can flip the appropriate page, flip it, find out why. Maybe solve the problem, or no, not going to solve this problem, I'm doing the missed approach.
What kind of research does it take to make a checklist work? I mean, you think about all the variables of how to get from point A to point C, but there's something else about making it understandable in a quick glance.
That's correct. One example I used is the King KLN 94. Honeywell has been a great supporter of us, along with Garmin, but they have yet to put in their manual how to get to the flight plan chapter. 322 pages in the manual, it's not in there. I was teaching a client. It had been 3 months since the last time I had taught a King KLN 94, because it was with a bunch of other GPSs, and I could not remember either, and I could not figure it out. Okay, come back tomorrow, I'll plug in the airplane. I went home, read the manual, it's not in there. Searched the internet, at that point was not in there. And came out the next morning, played through it, it was a knob twist. It's not in there. So I get in front of the unit, sit down, change the engineer speak, the computer geek speak, and translate it to pilot. Big knob, little knob, and button by button. And then that checklist is now usable in flight, maybe on the ground as a supplement to learning. And it boils down this nice thick stack of aviation references to something that's very small. And one thing we just came out with is a one-page checklist, which is about this side, front and back. Here's 80% of what you need to know about a GPS, and the intimidation factor is gone. Your stack of 20 inches or 30 pounds of reference books is now one page.
Okay, so flight instructor, entrepreneur, tech writer, all these things and so forth. What's next in the Bridgette Doremire universe? How you as a woman in aviation find your next challenge?
I have 2 challenges coming up very soon. Okay. Number 1 is to get back into currency on the twin-engine airplanes. I love the singles, but need a little bit more twin-engine flying. And I get my IA. I'm going to start that research and study for certification by February of next year.
Final question. Message to a young woman looking at aviation, looking at what you do, looking what everybody does around here, and go and standing off a little bit going, yeah, I want that. How do they? What message do you have for them?
I want them, this is your passion, and you want to make it your career, do it. It's hard work. You might get a couple of setbacks, but if this were easy, everybody would be doing it.